Hello there, and thanks for clicking on this video. As you can see by the title, we are going to talk about Emily, and there is some drama behind the scenes, but apparently it's all good now because this is kind of old news. We do know that Lucas Bravo is returning to Emily in Paris, which I'm kind of happy about because maybe they are going to change the story and kind of develop it more. So I agree with him that Emily in Paris, it's not that fun anymore. I think that Emily in Paris, it's a very generic show. I think it's an okay show. Like, I enjoy watching it. I kind of look forward to it. But it's not really about the story that I look forward to it. I look forward to that because it's silly. It makes me laugh. I do love the settings. I love Paris. I actually made a video where I talk about my experience in Paris and how it's not as bad as I thought. But I also talk about the fact that Emily in Paris solely painted a picture of Paris. Not that I was naive and thought Paris is actually like the Paris from Emily in Paris. How many times I can say Paris? I don't know. But Emily in Paris painted this totally romanticized and fairy tale picture of the city, which obviously I knew wasn't true, but still, girl, like, I don't know, maybe it's a Paris in a parallel universe because, yeah, that's not the Paris I saw. But I was pleasantly surprised because I had very low expectations because of all the pickpocketing videos I've seen and all the trash I've seen and the mice and the rats. Apparently, I forgot to say in my other video that apparently when I was sitting on a bench and my friend was standing like in front of me and she was watching me, she was like, she just didn't want to sit, whatever. And there was a rat coming into my direction. It was like really centimeters away from me. And she like screamed and didn't say anything for a few seconds. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then like a few seconds later, she was like, there was a rat near you, but it stopped and turned around and like went in the bushes. And then I was like, fuck. Like I stood up and I was like, like screaming because it's a rat, right? But then I saw it and it was actually really cute. But obviously we don't want rats like, yeah, it's cute. Like you see it, it's like with its cute face. Anyways, that's a different video. But yeah, I mean, Paris is definitely not real life Paris, the one in Emily in Paris. But going back to the show itself, I agree with Lucas Bravo that the show is not fun anymore. As he said, I watched it for the silliness, for the settings, for this romanticized version of Paris and even Rome now. I watch it because of that, because it's kind of a fairy tale. It's funny, it's silly, it's not serious, but it does get old. It does get boring. It does get like sometimes I'm even annoyed by it because first of all, like it's going in circles. Like I wanted to make a video about season 4, but then I just didn't come to it. I don't know why. But we had again the love triangle, Gabriel or Gabrielle or whatever, and Alfie and Emily, and like it's just getting old, and it's getting old and old and old, and it doesn't bring anything forward. Like it's always this drama, this love triangle. It's old, it's stupid. I don't get it. Emily is always like clumsy and kind of dumb and like, I mean, come on, can you like make a better story? That's why when she moved, like when they moved the whole story to Rome, I was really, really excited. But apparently, Emily is not really going to Rome. Like the show is not moving there. It's just maybe she's going to have a few scenes there or whatever. I don't know. But I was really excited that they're moving the story there because I think that they're doing Gabrielle. I'm sorry, I don't know. Whatever. Very dirty because I think that the whole cast is very talented. I think the characters can be very good characters. I think most of them are just not progressing at all. I think it's the same old, but I think that they're doing Gabriel just so dirty because I don't think he's a bad character. I just think the writers hate him or whatever. I don't know, because now in the last season he was kind of going out or whatever. I think this new girl, the daughter-in-law of Sylvie, was like really going after him, and he wasn't really saying no. And Emily thought that he was like cheating, but they're not really together, are they? it's always like this question of are they, aren't they? And it's getting old very, very fast, especially after so many shows and movies where we had about couples like, are they, aren't they? Like, it's getting boring. Like, you should figure out something interesting. So I think that the fact that they moved the show to Rome was really, really good. I like the new guy. And I think actually the new guy is, I mean, he's kind of like first season Gabriel. I mean, he's not that different, just a random cool guy, passionate about his passion, whatever. You know, I think it's really a breath of fresh air for the show. But I want to now talk about the exact criticism that Lucas Bravo had about Gabriel. So basically, this is it. I'm not going to lie, I've been frustrated with the direction my character is taking. And fair enough, fair enough. I think Gabriel is just the one character that they're really mistreating in the show. So, exactly. So he thinks his character has been slowly turned into guacamole. And that's, yeah, he's just undecisive, kind of weak, kind of very gullible, naive. Yeah, there is nothing to his character really. He's chasing Emily, but then he's not really chasing Emily. He went with the blonde girl. I forgot her name. That was apparently pregnant from him, and it was just. I actually was happy when Emily was like, okay, I'm done. Like, you want to be father to this child. Obviously, you're the father. So good for you. But like, I cannot do this. Like, what do you think we're going to have? Like, the three of us are going to raise this baby? Like, okay, bye. And then this Italian guy came and he was like, well, hello. I don't have any baggage. But at this point, like, Gabriel has so much garbage. No, luggage. Well, like, yeah, like he has a lot of things that he's carrying with himself. um so of course, like, at this point he's just too much, like there's just too much, um so they can like have a fresh start. So he further said, the sexy chef was very much part of me in season one, and we grew apart season after season because of the choices he makes and because of the direction they make him take. I never been so far away from him. In season one, there was a lot of me in him, but as they made him kind of unaware of his surroundings, of the dynamic, always victimizing and always being completely lost in translation and oblivious to anything that is happening around him and being manipulated by everyone, it kind of became not fun for me to shoot or to see a character I love so much and brought me so much being slowly turned into guacamole. I really grew apart from it, and that's super valid. Like, I know people apparently were coming out and like bashing him, but that's so valid. And I think he's just obviously coming from a place of like love for the show and for this character, because this show really started their careers, into like the international scene. I tried for seasons to bring new essence, but we didn't have much liberty on set. We cannot change the word or an emotion. They know what they want, and we just have to comply. It makes me question if I want to be part of season 5 because my contract ends with season 4. I want to see if Gabriel gets back to his fun, cheeky, playful, alive self. Exactly, like the one thing with Gabriel, like he even became like not hot. Like he just became exactly because three seasons playing melancholic, sad, depressed, and lost is not fun anymore. It's comedy. Everybody's having fun around me, everybody's jumping around, and I'm just slowly sinking into God knows what. Exactly. I think that's so valid. Like, he's exactly like melancholic, sad, depressed, and lost. I mean, I think this is exactly again, I'm going to repeat myself, but it's very, very valid. Like, like he just became like a shadow of himself. He's not the guy we know and love. And obviously people have their downsides also in those kind of stories, but it's just too much. It's too much at this point. And this is also something very valid. The actor added that Netflix and Darren Star production might be hesitant to change the recipe for the series after its early viral success. And I think that's always such a big thing. Like, you're getting the success because of something new and fun, and you think that just by sticking to this, like the same old story, like every season, it's a good recipe. That's just not how it is. Like we've seen so many shows fail, like because they're just repeating the same old thing. It's get tired. They're probably holding on to something that they couldn't measure, that what on something that they couldn't measure that had such a success. So now they're very precious about not changing the recipe and keeping it what it was. Anything that could go off road is carefully taken back. It's a lot of souffles, pregnant, no fake positive, going to Rome, no coming back. There are a lot of things like that. There is a lack of risk. That's why I was very, very excited for them to go to Rome, because it would really, it wouldn't change the show that much, because I think Emily is going to be in some sort of love triangle again, but it's just going to give it another twist. And why not? I mean, just do something like a bit different. Like we don't want like a whole new story. We just want something, like some development, some change. So, however, Emily in Paris might not be in its titular city of light much longer. The season 4 final saw Emily relocating to Rome, leading to French President Emmanuel Macron issuing a statement involving to fight hard to bring the production back to France. Yeah, and even the wife, like guest starred on the show. I think this was just so random. When asked about whether the French president statement will impact the series itself, Bravo said that Macron was using Emily in Paris to show he's part of the zeitgeist. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's it, really. Um, exactly. Like, I do agree. I very, very much agree with his comments. I don't think that it's something super, super bad what he said. I think it's very, very valid. But as we see here, he is actually returning to the show, and maybe now they're going to do him justice. Like he is going to be alive again. Like we see Gabriel just standing there for the last few seasons, just basically going with the flow. Like he has no authority over his own life. Like he's just doing whatever the blonde girl, I forgot her name, or Emily saying, and she just, yeah, no autonomy over his own life, over his actions. So exactly, the article is basically going over that he is going to return. Um, let's see if there are some comments where about his return. Um, no, not really. But yeah, I mean, Gabriel is coming back. I think he's good. Because I mean, I think that he's a crucial part. I think that him and Emily are kind of endgame, because Emily is also not like the most. I don't know. I don't actually. Now when I think about it, maybe they're not meant to be. Maybe with the new guy Marcello, whatever, they're more meant to be than with Gabriel. But I think you can have an exciting love triangle, but you just have to do it properly. Like you can have like Gabriel going to Rome and actually like fighting for her. Like, okay, because so many times, like in these love triangles, like you have the guy or the girl or whatever, the one part just like just criticizing and like being down and like just being, how do I want to say it? Like there is no fighting. There's always like this drama, like this crying. But if you want someone or if you want something, you have to go and fight for it. But you always see in this kind of shows, it's always like the one side is just super, I don't know, like just whining, like, why are we not together or whatever. Like I was like Gabriel, like he's just like always whining, like, oh Emily, we're meant to be, blah, blah. Like fight, like actually go and do something. Like I kind of liked Alfie. Like I wasn't his biggest fan, but Alfie like had this fight in him until he hadn't. Like it was so weird how weird Alf, like the turn of Alfie's story. like had a weird turn over. That was a bad English language. But his story just took a strange turn. Like all of a sudden he had a new girlfriend, but then again Emily was like, "Oh, that's so sad." And he was like, "No, but like I can still be with you." Like it was very weird. Um so yeah, I mean, uh, props to Lucas Bravo, like standing up for himself, but he's not the only character that is being dirty too. Like I think most characters in the show are just not well written. I don't think that, like, in general, the show, I still like it. It's silly. I enjoy it for the reasons I already stated. But yeah, it's not a good show. Like the characters are just not good. Emily is not that good of a character. I think Sylvie is the closest of a good character you have. Also the friend of Emily, I kind of liked her, but now like the whole deal with her and her boyfriend, like she's mad that I want to like make a video on that, but she's mad that her boyfriend is not happy that she's going to perform topless, and she's like throwing this tantrum about her boyfriend not supporting her going topless in front of, like, bro, that has nothing to do with like patriarchy or feminism. It has to do with like common sense. Of course you want your partner to go like ass naked on the stage. Like it's just common sense. Like if you want a guy like that, like go and find a guy like that. Like I'm sorry, but no. I think it's just so ridiculous. That there was like a whole story. I think also her story is just, it can be interesting sometimes, but like all these characters, there's just so little depth to them. Like I think Sylvie is the one that has like some good interesting side to her, but most of these characters just so one dimensional. They're just so just on the surface level. It's sad, but it's still a silly fun show. But if they don't have something, if they don't have more depth, more development, like some change, then it's just going to lose its flair. So they better do something about that than listen to actually this actor, who I agree with everything he said, and I think a lot of people agree with that. And people are still enjoying like the silliness, and they're enjoying like making memes about it. But yeah, it's going to get tiring at some point, and it's probably going to be very soon if they don't have a change. Like have Emily go to freaking Moscow, have her go to like Hong Kong and be her like fashionista self. Like have her do something different, because as much as fun Paris is, it's the same old. There's nothing there. It's just they're doing the same old thing every episode, and that's it. And it's not interesting anymore. But I'm excited to see where the future takes us, and what is going to happen to Emily next. Maybe they learn from this. Maybe they have some change. I'm definitely going to watch it, and I'll see you next video. And as always, may the fourth be with you.